Discretion is advised.
If you feeling like a pimp, niggas call pimp.
That's good.
Awesome sauce! Hello, this is Awesome Sauce Radio. I am your host, Brian Adam, the Comic Pimp. Hope you're all having a beautiful, blessed, and amazing Wednesday night. Thank you all for joining the show. Thank you for inviting me into your homes, into your hearts. Remember that we don't need sight to have a vision. It's not what happens to us, what we do about it. Before we bring in my guests, this episode is a dream come true. Please, like I always say, chase your dreams.
I thought you said it was more of a dream come true.
Come on. Well, okay. I'd like to thank my sponsors. I'd like to thank Big Apple Comic Con. Big Apple Comic Con comes back to the New Yorker Hotel March 25th and 26th. Go to www.bigapplecomiccon.com. Tell them Blind Adam sent you. Also want to shout out the Exotica. Exotica returns April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Chicago, Donald E. Convention Center. I think maybe my two guests tonight will be there. I'm not sure. I'll definitely ask. Go tell them Blind Adam sent you, so exotica.com. Also want to give a big shout out to Bad Dragon, www.bad-dragon.com for all your sex toy needs. Last but not least, I'd like to thank Torpedo Comics, www.torpedocomics.com. Big shout out to my man over there, Geek Smut. Geek Smut, thank you for all your help with a few things as of late. Also, just want to give a big shout out to Bobby G over at Demon Seed Radio, and of course, Al Mega over at Comic Crusaders. I would have not gotten to this milestone and this thing that's been on my bucket list for years. Finally, tonight would be crossed off, and I couldn't do it without you. And I'm very blessed to have the team I have that makes Awesome Sauce Radio happen on a weekly basis. I love you guys. With that being said, it's time to welcome in our very special guests. They are legends. They're amazing, talented, sexy. They are the host of the Who Let the Girls Out podcast and radio show, Christy Canyon and Ginger Lynn.
Welcome. Thank you for having me on. Ginger Lynn told me about this about a year ago. I think she did your show. And then last week we decided that we were going to do it together. Now, is the beautiful Ginger Lynn on as well?
Do we somehow lose Ginger?
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know what happened to her. But while we're waiting for her, hold on. Let me text her. You need to log in. We are live, Ginger. Okay. Speaking of Exotica, yes, Ginger Lynn and I will be signing in Chicago at the Exotica all 3 days, starting from when the doors open, and we're going to be signing at the After Dark booth.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm not sure exactly what my plans for the Exoticas are yet this year. The only one I know for certain is New Jersey, because that's 15 minutes away from my house.
I have been to that one every year pretty much since they started, 15 years ago. How come I've never met you?
We met there once, and I was actually went to finally it's my turn in line, and we talked for about maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Went to go take a picture with you, and I realized I did not have enough cash. Never made it back to you that year.
You know what Ginger turned me on to, because she does so many more conventions, because she not only does the adult conventions, but she also does the horror conventions. So last year, I think we were in DC at the Exotica, and she told me and showed me, which I didn't even know existed, the square, the cube, whatever it's called. It's like a little square thing that you hook to your phone for credit cards. Who knew? Who knew? So that was, because a lot of people don't carry cash anymore. It's not as prevalent as it used to be.
Oh, definitely. And like at Exotica, it's just there's always that one point of the day when it's just like especially late afternoon, it's like, crap, I ran out of cash.
Right. Or you get there with X amount and then you realize, oh my God, there's 20 girls that I love and that I want a picture with. And by the fifth girl, you're like, I'm out of cash. So yeah, so that's technology has its pros and cons for sure. I mean, definitely, the internet killed a lot of businesses, be it porn, be it music business, even movie theaters. But look at all the good that's come out of it as well. It's just,
definitely.
Technology, for 18 years, I was on Sirius XM, which 2 years ago during cancel culture, a year and a half ago, they got rid of 6 stations that offended people. And we happen to be one of them at Vivid Radio. And
it's on XM radio, it's Vivid Radio, and it offended people. What the heck?
But you know what? It was when they were getting rid of Uncle Ben and the Land of Lakes lady, the little Indian girl.
Oh, yeah. The Aunt Jemima lady and the Uncle Ben. Yeah, that's true. It was during that period of time.
Yep, it was just during that. And they didn't just get rid of Vivid Radio. They got rid of, I think, including Jenny McCarthy, they got, I think 5 comedians got let go that were, in the gray area that offended somebody. I don't know who. But it is what it is. Time marches on. Everything's got a shelf life that way.
Yeah, it feels that way.
Yeah. Now, I saw Ginger tried to put something on there that she can't hear or something like that.
I think she needs some assistance with the link. Christy, if you had it, can you please share it with Ginger? And maybe that'll help her come into the room. I think that's what she's looking for.
Oh, is that it? Okay, I'm going to text her the link. Hold on.
All right, cool.
I'm going to email you the link right now. So, and then after the April convention, we're home for about a week or two, and then Ginger and I go to Canada, London, Ontario, Canada, for the Shock Stock Horror Convention.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's just we're busy having fun, doing our thing. And hold on, let me email this to her. Hold on.
Give me a second.
Hold on. Okay, I'm sending it to her. I don't know if it worked. Hold on. I'm going to call her. She called me. Sorry about this. Hold on.
The problem?
What are you going to do? What are you going to? And that's where technology's got its little snafus. That stuff like, hey, cutie, we're live. I know. I've
been clicking the buttons for the last 10 minutes. I can't get on. I sure can have more than one person on.
Can you have more than one person on? Is Ginger's question.
Yeah.
We could have 11 people on this platform at once.
I'm going to go into speaker. I wanted to talk me through it because it's not working.
Okay, can you talk her through it, Mr. Voice in the background there?
Producer man, can you talk her through it, please?
Yeah, all you gotta do is really click the link and then just make sure that your camera and audio is on.
Did you hear that?
It's pretty straightforward.
It says live chat one person. It
Huh?
doesn't say anything to do.
I just resent you the link.
Please use the link that Christy sent you, and I'm pretty sure it'll be a lot easier. I don't know what Adam sent you.
I don't know.
Something you sent me, man.
Here, it's just not coming up.
Okay, so she's in there. It's just not coming up.
No,
It could be that her browser is blocking it, so make sure that the browser allows camera and voice, and
Okay,
it'll be on the upper right-hand corner of the browser.
upper right-hand corner of the browser says, what does it say again?
Just make sure that it's allowing camera and voice, because some of the time when it doesn't pop up is because your browser may be blocking it. So you should see a camera icon or something similar to that. I don't know what browser you're using. Just click it and make sure that it says allow camera and microphone.
yeah, Yeah, that's not even coming up as an option for me.
What browser are you using?
Open Gmail.
Chrome.
Chrome.
Look bracket 202
Uh, this works best with Chrome, weirdly. You know what? Well, we have it here on your speaker, and it sounds good. Might as well just keep going.
I don't know why you can't see me, but
You know what, Ginger? Ginger, I'm gonna FaceTime you. I'm FaceTiming you now. It's connected. Okay.
I can see you. Can you see me?
I see you. Do you guys see Ginger? I see her.
Alright, well, I'm here. I've been here the whole time. It just wouldn't let me in.
You know, sometimes there's just glitches, but we've got Ginger on my FaceTime phone. So everybody, welcome Ginger Lynn. Woo!
Yay!
Hey, Ginger, thank you for joining the show. I apologize for the technical issue that we were having.
What was that?
He apologizes for the technical issue that they were having.
Oh, baby, that's not your fault. Don't stress. It's all good.
She's here. There's
All right.
more than one way to skin the cat.
Yep.
Your tit. That one's just
I
too
did.
obvious.
Poor kitty.
Oh my God. Okay, so we just talked about Exotica. I said after that we come home for a week or two and then we go to Canada. So there you go. Blind Adam, take it away. This is your show. Ginger Lynn, Christy Canyon. We got Ginger on, even though it's on my phone, but it's better than nothing.
Yep. So, I was curious, what was the first movie that you guys worked on together?
Was that Hypnotic Sensations?
No, that was one of them.
Blonde.
The first one was on Golden Blonde, shot in late 1984 by a company that's been long gone called Paradise Visuals. And it was a
Right.
three-way with Jamie Gillis, Ginger Lynn, and myself, Christy Canyon.
And it was quite the three-way. It was Christy's first time with a girl
Ever.
ever
Oh, wow.
in her life. It was the first time that she did an ATM.
Unbeknownst to me, it went from Ginger's ass, Jamie Gillis's dick, into my mouth. And I'm like, I'd never tasted splooge or ass before. The ass was good, the splooge not so good.
Yeah, that's not your thing, but it was a wonderful film. And I remember Christy telling me that when she got there, I was out laying by the pool reading my script.
No makeup chair, Wanda, Alexis.
Oh, okay. I was getting my makeup done. And you said something about you didn't bring a script, or do we have dialogue? I can't remember what you said.
I had no clue what my dialogue was.
No, you were just ready to fuck.
Hey, when you had big natural titties, you didn't need to know that much dialogue, thank God.
Exactly. But no, Christy and I have known each other for nearly 40 years.
Yeah.
And we've been best friends off and on for all of those years. The last 3 since COVID, we really got a lot closer. And she's like my sister.
Yep, I sure am. Her soul sister, if nothing else.
That's amazing,
right.
especially in this industry.
What you talk about here is, Christy, what is your Instagram?
The Real Christy Canyon 11.
And what's your Twitter?
Christy Canyon 11.
Okay. Anything that you want your fans to know?
Check out my Twitter, go to my link tree for everything that I am doing. You know, we just did a live Instagram, Ginger Lynn and I did. And we're going to try and do those once a week. Ginger, what is your IG?
Instagram.com/Blame It on Ginger.
Blame It on Ginger. And then from there, you could see our link tree with our OnlyFans, Sex Panther, Who Let the Girls Out podcast, and all that other good stuff. And then, I'm sorry, Adam, you were going to say something earlier. It's a little muddled with, this, but that's okay. What were you going to ask us, Adam?
I was going to ask, I want to know if you guys have any fond memories of Jim South.
Every single one of them. Jim South was the king. He was, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ginger, He was our father. He was our brother. He was our agent. He was our friend. He was our confidant. He was our therapist. Jim South was probably
He was one of the most amazing men I've ever met. And in my adult career, not once did I ever have anybody make a pass at me or a move or a director wanted something for me to film. And it's not funny. It's kind of sad that, you know, I've been at auditions for mainstream films and offered the roles if I sleep with people. So there's a huge casting couch in mainstream films. I heard it in rumors for the years, and you know, and now I know it's true.
and I have to say, in our era, we cannot speak for what's happening in the business now, but in our era, no one would have even thought about it. Somebody did once try and touch me. Ed Sonner. He was a photographer. Do you remember him?
Right. No.
Bald guy. And I remember once he tried to touch, I think my ass or my pussy. I don't remember. I may have been a little hungover that day to begin with. And I felt it was like one of those positions where your like back is to the photographer and your ass is hanging over the chair. And I felt something on my pussy and I shot up like such a prude. And I said, give me my money. This shoot is over. And I called Jim South from the payphone crying. And to Jim's integrity, which is all he had was integrity, that guy never worked again.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Maybe with the D girls, but none of the top, I don't know. I never heard about him again. Never.
Absolutely.
One of those. So it was a beautiful, beautiful time in the business. And like I said, I'm not saying it's not now, but I don't personally know. We're on the outskirts. We only shoot for our OnlyFans and our Sex Panther when it comes to adult material.
What have you been doing since you stopped making adult films? What have you done? How have you been passing your time for the last few years?
Since radio ended 2 years ago, you and I that COVID summer really dove in literally head first into each other's pussies and just started shooting content every day. And then we branched out. I did some with Joanna Angel. You had a certain dick, I recall, filming you sucking on your knees.
Yes, you filmed it.
Right, I did. I was like the voice. Now Ginger's on her knees looking up. So we just that, and then like you, we both have our own Sex Panther where they could call us, they could cam one-on-one. There's so many fabulous avenues to go in. It's not just like in the day where you had only films in the 80s. Then the 90s rolled around and you had films and dancing.
Right.
And now with the internet, there are, 5,000 different avenues that you could go down. In fact, Ginger, correct me if I'm wrong, there's so many avenues you could go down. You and I only do 3 or 4 of them.
Exactly. It's way time consuming, but it's worth every penny.
And yes.
It makes me feel special because so many fans have gotten so much pleasure out of the movies that we've made. And when you meet them in person and they let you know that, it's a really beautiful thing to go through.
When Ginger and I do our signings at the expos together, Ginger's got a lot of mainstream horror, and horror is with a W, not an H, conventions. So I don't know what they say there. But when we're together, everybody comes, 90% come up and say to Ginger or me or both, because we did a lot of work together, you got me through puberty. You got me through a divorce. You got me through college. And to us, that is a true badge of honor because that was the era when you could learn about sex the right way. People weren't bitch slapping us. They weren't making us choke out till we threw up. That was when you could watch a porn and genuinely learn about passion, hardcore sex, a love. Like it was just, you had all these wonderful things rolled up into one scene.
Okay, now I officially say that I've met all 3 women from my favorite porn movie ever made.
And what was that movie?
Those Young Girls.
Okay. And that was Tracy Lords, Ginger Lynn. You met me separately because I wasn't in that film. That's
Whoops. Then I must have mistaken you for somebody else after all these years, and I should look at my IMDb properly.
Okay. That's okay.
It's either that or I have that with a movie that maybe the 3 of you were in together, but I do remember seeing something with the 3 of you in it.
I don't recall ever working with Ginger and Tracy. Ginger, do you? Together, separately, a million times. I don't think we ever did a scene together with Tracy joining us.
And at that, then I may just be confusing my porn, especially from that era.
Wait, say that again?
I may just be confusing my movies a little bit and remembering something that wasn't there from childhood.
You know what? It's been done before and it'll be done again. That's okay. It doesn't matter. There was, but no, I think at that point, you and I, Ginger, or you and Tracy, if I recall, weren't getting along by the time I got into the business. So you two didn't work together as much.
We never got along. She thought we did. I never liked the bitch.
So I was always.
This could segue into my next question.
Oh, wait, one. Hold on.
Well, for those of us who weren't there, what was your reaction to the news that Tracy was underage?
Shocked. Ginger?
Shocked and disbelief.
Yeah, I'm going to go with both of those words as well. She carried.
She seemed like such an adult.
Yeah.
I mean, she was older than me. Her attitude, the way she talked, the way she carried herself, her tits. I just thought she.
No, that girl knew more about sex than any girl 18 or over knew. I mean, she was an animal. She
really was.
Woo, I was definitely shocked and disbelief. But you know what? What are you going to do?
Yeah. Well, I've been doing lots of things in the horror genre. I can honestly say that to the best of my memory, I am the first crossover star from the adult to another genre, to mainstream, and do it consistently. There have been girls that have made a film here, a film there, but I have 6 films under my belt. I've got 3 that I'm shooting this year. And one of the things I want to mention is my new film is called The Gifted. And you can go to strangefilms.com and find the Gifted and donate. Or we have an Indiegogo, which is indiegogo.com, and then you just type in The Gifted. There are prizes starting with just a flyer, all the way up to movies, DVDs, posters, hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts, a walk-on role in the film, as well as 2 people will get to go to dinner with me.
Yum.
Awesome.
Part of a project, of a film project.
Mainstream.
Yep. Excuse me, Ginger. Speaking of your mainstream work, if you had to recommend one of your Rob Zombie movies to a new fan, which one would you recommend?
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
If you had to recommend one of your Rob Zombie movies to a fan, what would it be?
Definitely The Devil's Rejects. Now, it would have been 31 had they not cut it. Richard Brake is a brilliant actor. So was Sid. But Richard and I got our revised scripts an hour and a half before filming. And I had 20 minutes to rehearse.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
So most of my dialogue, the scene between a couple, that he's a serial killer, she's a bad person, all of those really cool things did not make it into the film. So I still enjoy the film, but I don't want it to look like somebody's love interest or sex partner. And that's what 31 ends up doing. So definitely Devil's Rejects.
All right, cool. Do you guys have any fun memories working with Kay Parker, God rest her soul?
I never worked with her. I finally met her in the new millennium when I was on Playboy Radio. I had a Saturday show without you, Ginger, called Legends of Porn. And she came on a few times, and I love her. I never got to work with her. She was actually, I think, more of a girl in the 70s and more of a New York actress. So she wasn't around in that mid 80s in Porn Valley here, in Los Angeles, when it was like the VHS boom. I think she had already semi-retired by then. I think she was more New York, late 70s, early 80s. What a wonderful lady, though. Very spiritual, very healing, just a beautiful soul.
And you feel so comfortable.
Yes.
I only had the pleasure of meeting her once, and I asked her, "Hey, do you think a blind person can make porn?" She
Wait.
gave me a big hug, and she's like, "You know, you look like a temper. You came out here to Las Vegas by yourself. I think you'll be all right."
Yo,
She gave me a hug, and I actually think I did my first podcast like right after that.
wow. She had a very natural healing ability. Like you just felt safe and warm and fuzzy when you were with her. Ginger, did you ever work with Kay Parker?
I didn't have a scene with her, but I did work with her on Taboo 4.
And what year was that?
1985.
Okay, so she was still. I don't know why I never worked with her. Was she just fabulous to work with on a set?
She absolutely was, to the point where I was intimidated by her.
I get that.
I always know my dialogue. I always know what I'm going to do. I've always, I'm ready to go. And I got there, and she was just she had this presence that was unbelievable.
Like regal.
Yes.
Yep.
Not a snob at all.
No. Like I met.
There was just an aristocratic element to her personality.
Like there was royalty almost.
Oh wow.
Yeah. She's just.
I adored Kate, and I think I could be wrong here, but I think she played my mother in Taboo 4, and Karen Summers played my sister. Jamie Gillis was my dad.
Oh
wow.
What an all-star cast. I never did the Taboo stuff because there were a few of them, if I recall.
Well, I was in 4, and I think there were like 6 or 8.
I think there may have been almost 9 of them, maybe.
What, Adam?
I think there might have been like 9 taboos, maybe something like that.
Wow, have there been that many? There was also a lot of the Talk Dirty to Me. I was never in those either. Were you, Ginger?
No, I wasn't.
There were quite a few of those as well. That's great. I wish I would have worked with her, but I did enjoy meeting her on radio maybe 2 or 3 times. She was just a beautiful, beautiful person.
Inside and out.
Yep.
Amazing. So how did Who Let the Girls Out get started?
WhoLetTheGirlsOut.com started right when we had a 2-month warning that SiriusXM was going to let Vivid Radio go. They were cool about it. I have no ill feelings towards SiriusXM. I cherish my 17 years that I worked for them. But we did have a 2-month notice. So I said to Ginger, I said, let's start a podcast. I mean, our dog and pony show isn't going to fly on terrestrial radio. It's not obviously going to ever go again back on SiriusXM because I hate to say this, but we have the black mark from being in adult films. And with the whole cancel culture, we're like at the top of the list. And that was also during a period, not just cancel culture, that was also in the era that eBay kicked off any adult sales.
I hear about.
Right, I remember.
Yep, they were canceling adult. That was also the same month that that goddamn Pornhub, I think it was, don't quote me, got caught not minding their store and vetting what was put up on their site, and MasterCard and Visa kicked out anybody to do with adult. It was a rough summer for adult. And so we're like, well, you know what? Let's just do our own podcast because everyone else is shutting their doors. So let's try this door over here. And we just did it.
Yeah.
It was,
well, I've heard, I mean, with all of the things going on in the adult industry right now, I've heard rumors that, they're looking to shut it down again like back in the 80s.
You know what, though? They never will, in my opinion.
Hang on a second. Amazon, stop.
At this point,
Amazon, stop.
any company.
We had to stop.
No, I was telling I have my segment notification just to tell me to let things stop. Sorry about that.
Are we back live?
Yep.
Okay, Ginger, what were you talking about that you heard that they're trying to shut down the business again?
Yes, I've heard rumors that there's some team they're putting together to try and close down the business again. But this time they're using their leverage as the medical issues that have been going on with people in the industry and the lack of proper testing and,
and they kicked off the phone. I don't know if it was AT&T or whoever, but their phone carrier kicked them off because they realized it was adult content. But I have to give sexpanther.com, which both Ginger Lynn and I are on, they went right to like a desktop version, and it works just as great. We had a little downtime, maybe a month, but they got their act together, and it's better than ever, actually.
I have not had a chance to check them out since they went on the desktop thing only.
What, sweetheart?
I have not had a chance to try them out since they revamped and are on desktop only now.
Oh, you know what? I have no complaints. Ginger, do you?
No, I'm very happy with
Like I said, I just need to just see it. If it works with the accessibility thing the way it did on the phone, then I'll be fine.
my friends, my family.
I agree. What was that, Adam?
I just, as long as if it's still as accessible as it used to be, then I'll be fine.
I think it's just as accessible, don't you, Ginger?
It's more accessible. Do you know about
Like I said, hopefully it still work with the text reader that I use, and then I'll be fine.
Yeah, you know what? It'll work. You just have to work around it. Everything works if you just figure out. You may take a down month, you may take a down week, but everything kind of rights itself eventually. As far as closing down the business, you don't put the genie back in the bottle. It's out there. How did prohibition work? How, somebody will figure out a way to get it out there on the internet. And what are you going to do? Track it through 10 different countries? It's just, that ship has sailed. Porn is here forever. It's going to stay. They'll make it tougher. The credit card companies, the banks started to kick girls out. I know Alana Evans, who I love and adore. I've known her 20 plus years. Her bank just kicked her out a few months ago, and she was on Twitter talking about it. I'm not.
Is that what she was talking about on Twitter the other day?
No, that was a month ago.
We are the last, with cancel culture and all of the what are you when you've got your shit together? It's a one-word thing. I don't know.
Let me ask you this: with everything going on in the culture today, where do you see the future of the industry going?
I was going to say, sorry.
Where do you see the future of the industry, Ginger?
I see it as continuing to grow on sites like OnlyFans and Camp. I don't think there's going to be a lot of actual films made. I think production companies are fighting to make any money because everything they put out is bootlegged within a day.
Right.
So I see it going social media. I don't ever see it going away, but I definitely see it going social media.
And I think it's just going to grow more and more as far as content creators. I dare call some of them porn stars. That term is kind of long gone. But I think that content creators are coming out from the fucking woodworks these days.
They are. It's wonderful. So since I know we don't have much time left, can I do a shameless plug?
It's not shameless.
Yeah.
Plug away.
So I have a new movie that I'm shooting in May. It's called The Gifted. I play a woman who possesses extraordinary powers and doesn't always use them in the right way. So it's one of those movies. But we're looking for crowdfunding. You can go to Indiegogo.com and type in The Gifted. You can also go to strangefilms.com and type in Fisted. The Gifted.
I like The Fisted would be the porn title.
Already thinking of the porn parody already.
Yes. I love it.
And with all of the prices you can get a flyer, a DVD, a Blu-ray, a producer credit, a walk-on lead or a walk-on role in the movie where you will be featured. You can also win a dinner date with me. So I'm asking everyone to go to Indiegogo.com, type in The Gifted. Also, you can go to strangefilms.com/The Gifted.
Perfect.
Awesome.
And then we still do our OnlyFans. Mine is onlyfans.com/ChristyCanyon11. And my Sex Panther is textchristy.com, and you'll get to it. So we're just having fun. We travel, we do conventions all year. We're just enjoying life.
One of my last question, one of my last two questions I had. What was it like having action figures and comic books made of yourselves?
It was the coolest thing ever. When I saw my first, I've got two action figures. One is me sitting on my knees, and you paint it yourself. The other one is it's just I'm wearing a little blue G-string halter thing, and it's just adorable. It's so cute.
I thought those were so creative. We shot those in early 2000, maybe 2001, 2002. I did mine through Vivid. Who did you go through, Ginger? Did Vivid promote your, like, Vivid found the company, and then a bunch of us like Raquel Darian, Tori Wells. They were great. I had two versions, same pose, different outfits. They sold like hotcakes. They were gone. I used to sell them on my snail mail fan club. And one day I was like, okay, I need 20 more, 50 more, whatever the amount was. And they're like, oh, we're sold out. I was like, okay, so when can I expect more? Are you going to reprint them? Nope. They were true blue, limited editions. They were hard to get after maybe 6 months. They sold out so fast. And I don't know about you, Ginger. I never did a comic book.
I did two comic books from the same set. It was from the movie Torn. And I believe Torn is the one where I won Best Actress.
Was that VCA?
Say that again?
Was that VCA?
VCA, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my 7 films I did with them. And what question am I answering?
So you did comic books. I never did.
My books, yeah, they did. One has a color cover that someone has drawn, and it's a beautiful illustrated art. The other one is photographed me in black leather from the movie Torn.
Wow, I never saw your comic books. You know, I never did them.
You haven't seen my comic books?
I have not seen them. I'll see them.
Al, bring up the picture, please.
The picture, please.
No, I was asking my faceless producer to bring up the image of the comic book cover.
Oh, okay. I never did one only because I remember there were a few in the 90s, but it was that kind of thing, Ginger, where you didn't get paid, but you got 50 copies. And I just thought, I don't, cough up something. It's my job. Why should, I don't know. I don't like that word free. So I never, oh, look at, oh my God, he found it. Do you see it, Ginger, on the screen?
Oh, there it is, yes.
And it's signed.
That's the regular cover. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have about 100 of each.
Oh my, and there's the Christy Canyon action figure in purple. And there was another one in black.
Yeah, that was the only one I was able to find on eBay.
And they go for a couple hundred. Those are true.
Yeah, I was surprised that one's loose out of the package is going for like $50.
Conventions of people, they bought them for $200-300 on eBay, and they gave me 50 of them. And when I did my last dance in Colorado Springs, I had 60 friends that the owner flew in. And I made up a gift bag for everybody, and I gave away all of my dolls.
Oh my God, Ginger, you're so nice. Oh my God.
It just, I was so grateful that all my friends flew in to see it. My brother was there, and Chloe and
Kylie
roasted me. They brought me out onto the stage in a wheelchair.
Oh my God, that's
oh wow.
That is so fun. I love those action figures. At the conventions, there's always one person, if not three, that come up with them for me to sign. And they are like holding it like they're holding a newborn baby. I mean, they're just, they're gold these days. They're just, certain things are really, did you ever do the bobblehead for Vivid, Ginger?
No, and I want a bobblehead really badly.
Oh my God, some company went to Vivid. We got a percentage. I don't think they did very well to my recollection. And it looked like me if I was on a really bad acid trip. I mean, it was not done very well. I understand why the company folded, but it was still cool. But I don't have those anymore. Whenever I find one, I put them on eBay, But those were actually pretty cool. I don't know who the
Like I
company.
said, finding adult memorabilia in the collectible markets on eBay is such a pain in the neck now.
It is. I still sell under Christie Canyon 11. I still sell stuff because there's just, I mean, decades worth of memorabilia.
I actually would want to thank you guys so much for making a dream into a reality.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
Wanting to have both of you on at the same time has been on the bucket list for quite some time now.
Oh, thank you. And when do you think this will air?
Actually, we've been live the entire time.
Oh, we're live. I did not know that. I love it. They got to see us goofing around with the phone. Well, everybody.
Adore you. You're always so kind and so sweet. And thank you for inviting us on your podcast again. And I'm sure that we will see each other again.
I'm sure somehow throughout the convention season, we will see each other, if not at one of the Exoticas, maybe at Schiller Theater if you're going to be there this year.
Great.
But I really, this is a dream. I'm almost tearing up a little bit because this really is when I started this podcast almost 10 years ago now, I didn't think I would get to this level. So thank you very much.
Anytime, Adam. You know our information. Anytime you want us to pop on again, let us know.
All right, thank you. You have a lovely evening.
You too.
Thank you.
Ginger, stay on. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, everyone, I want to just say thank you guys for spending another Wednesday with me. Once again, I want to thank my sponsors, Big Apple Comic Con, March 25th to the 27th. www.bigapplecomiccon.com. I also want to thank Exotica. Exotica is April 21st through the 23rd in Chicago. Exotica.com. I swear I'm going to go to Massachusetts and beat the shit out of my producer. It's time for noise, racket. It's better than I have to deal with dogs who want bones in the background. You better not tell mommy how many bones I gave you, Ash. We'll both be in trouble. I gave you like 10 bones during that interview. Also, go to the Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con, April 28th, 29th, and 30th. To the studios that have been courting me through text, I will get back to you. I think that price is there. I may be setting up an Awesome Sauce radio studios in Las Vegas for the month of May. It sounds like a good deal that I may not be able to say no to.
And Adam will be offering himself on 42nd Street on 8th Avenue during the weekend of July 4th. Make sure to pay him $60 for the glory of the Holy Spirit.
$69, motherfucker! But everyone, please go check out the Real Al Mega and Comic Crusaders, www.comiccrusaders.com. The only comic book news site you need.
Yeah.
Come to the best, don't try the rest. Testify. I just want to say, you don't need sight to have a vision. It's not what happens to, it's what you do about it. The only limits you have are the ones you put on yourself, so be limitless. I love you all. Blind Adam out.
Like a pimp.